Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer podcast. I'm Eric, he hate me 702. This is
Geremy, Geremy Hurley.
All right.
And it's spelled with a G.
G, yes, no J. Spelled with a G. Make sure you get that right. He gets very upset over that.
Not really, I could care less.
So, first topic up for debate today. Which NFL backup quarterback is going to start first? So while we're off camera, we narrowed it down to a couple selections. We got Washington with Kyle Allen / Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins looks like he's going to be the starter. Kyle Allen's coming over from the Panthers. He played last year until they signed Teddy Bridgewater. We also got the Bears, Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles. The Chargers, Tyrod Taylor and Justin Herbert. That is the rookie. I forgot where he's out of. Is he out of Oregon?
Who?
Justin Herbert's out of Oregon, right?
Yeah.
Yep, he's out of Oregon. And then we got the Colts with Jacoby Rivers as a starter. Phillip Rivers and Jacoby Brissett is the backup. And my personal favorite of who I think is going to personally start. We got the Oakland Raiders, Derek Carr as a starter and Marcus Mariota as a backup. So, let's see. Kyle Allen and Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins is a starter.
Yeah.
He didn't have a good season last year. 2 for 5 was his quarterback. His quarterback record, threw for about 1,765, or sorry, 1,300 yards. 7 touchdowns, looks like 7 interceptions. I think a lot of that was his organization.
There's a lot to do with the organization.
If you guys don't remember, Jay Gruden, yeah, he's John Gruden's brother.
Jay Gruden.
He was the coach, and a video came out of him looking high or drunk, and then he got fired a couple days later.
Wasn't the video showing him getting high?
It was showing him doing something. It was showing him doing something, which, by the way, in DC, that is kind of legal. Just not to buy it, it's legal to own it. It's weird. Kyle Allen was the quarterback that was with the Panthers last year. Came in after, I think, Cam Newton went down with injury, threw for 3,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Had a quarterback record of 5.7, and he won 4 of his first 4 games.
A quarterback rating of what?
Quarterback record of 5.7.
Oh.
He won his first 4 games. He was 4-2. They started.
He was off to a good start.
Off to a great start, and then yeah, he won 1 game and lost 7 after that. So in that scenario, what do you think is going to happen?
I think Haskins is going to start, but if he doesn't improve, Allen's going to go in.
What's your over/under on the games that you think that Haskins is going to play before he gets yanked?
I think 6.
Okay.
I don't know, I just like the number 6.
So do you think that he's going to...
I think he's going to start 6 games. And if he doesn't play well, he's going to be benched.
Do you think it's all about his record or just how he plays?
Well, it's going to be how he plays.
Okay, so even if they're 5-1 and he doesn't play well, but their defense and running game has done amazing, Kyle Allen's still going to start?
I don't know, it's a tough one.
Okay.
I don't see them being 5-1, but...
I don't think Kyle Allen has a chance of starting at all. I think Dwayne Haskins is going to get the full season under Ron Rivera. I think Kyle Allen coming over with Ron Rivera kind of helps. But I think that'll be more of his transition quarterback going into next year. Kyle Allen doesn't have Christian McCaffrey. He had him last year. That dude was all over the place. I almost guarantee you 1,000 of his yards came when...
And they still don't have Trent Williams.
Yes, true. But they're going to suck anyway. So, I mean, I would say for Kyle Allen to start, Dwayne Haskins has to be horrible. Like, he has to be like Johnny Manziel bad.
I don't know if I'd say that bad. Well, that's terrible.
But they're going to suck. Like, they're not going to win. I mean, a good record, in my opinion, 4-12 is what they're shooting for. Maybe 5-11. So I mean, if in the first 6 games he's 2-4, I don't think they're gonna bench him.
Well, I mean, if in that scenario, I guess it's all going to be based on how's he playing.
Yeah.
What's he like on the field?
He's gonna suck. I think he's gonna suck very bad. But I could see them being bad, and then by week 11 or 12, them giving Kyle Allen the start just to see how he fits in this offense, to see what they're gonna do going forward.
I could see that.
Yeah. But I cannot see Dwayne Haskins, unless he plays extremely horrible, getting yanked that quickly.
I mean, 6 games ain't that quick.
It is when you suck. So that's my issue.
Wow.
If they were a contending team, or the management went in saying, "Hey, we have a chance to get one of these, the 7th position in the playoffs. As long as we go 8-8 or 9-7, we might make it." But realistically, if they do that, they need to fire everybody in their management office.
They should have done that a while ago.
So that's my. If they suck, there's no point in pulling him. You got to see if he gets better and progresses through the year, even if they suck. But if he comes out horrible, and I mean horrible. Again, Johnny Manziel horrible. Then maybe you pull him. But if he first 3 games, he's bad.
But what's going to hurt his confidence more? You pulling him or him getting injured?
Honestly, I think him getting pulled. I don't think getting injured hurts a lot of quarterbacks' confidences unless you're bitch made.
Have you seen Cam Newton?
Cam Newton couldn't throw to begin with. That's the issue. His shoulder hurt, so it wasn't like Cam Newton was a great thrower. His shoulder hurt, and he was not a great. So if he's not 100% on his shoulder, I could see that happening. But I mean, realistically, unless it's your throwing arm that you get injured with, I don't think it's that big of a deal as a quarterback. Maybe if you're a mobile quarterback and you tear your ACL like Robert Griffin III did. But that's a devastating injury.
Yeah.
But if you're a guy that you should be able to, he's been injured before, let's put it that way. He may have never been pulled ever. That to me might hurt their confidence more. He's been nicked up, he's been hurt, he's gone through a slew of injuries at some point in time playing football his whole life. But he's never probably been pulled. Oh, so we're debating. He says 6 games on that one. I say minimum of 12. But we could both see Kyle Allen starting.
Yeah, obviously.
Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles.
Oof. Trubisky or Foles? I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think they're gonna start Foles.
Okay.
I think this is gonna be his make or break. Either we start you and you play like you fucking played for the Eagles when you came in as a backup.
Okay.
Or you flop like you did last season and get injured.
Or like you've done every other season that you've played besides when you were the backup of the Eagles.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay. Listen. I think the Chicago Bears are absolutely dumb as hell if they start Nick Foles.
I don't know.
I think they are dumb. We know who Nick Foles is. Nick Foles is great in Philly. In Philly, he has a record of 21-11. In Philly. That's his QB record in Philadelphia. 21-11. He is 26-22 his career.
So he's 5-11.
He is 5-11 outside of Philly. Yeah, he 1 year with Kansas City because after the Rams, he was going to retire. And then Andy Reid called him and said, come be our backup. And Alex Smith got injured. I think it was a concussion, and we put him in. Yeah, 1 year with Kansas City. And then he went back to the Eagles. He has started 32 games in his career with the Eagles. 48 overall. He has played for 4 other teams now. He is a sorry quarterback unless he plays for Philadelphia. That's just what it is. There's nothing about it. We've seen him other places. Now, this is my issue. seen how bad Nick Foles has been. As a career starter, he's 26 and 22. Mitchell Trubisky is 23 and 18. Mitchell Trubisky basically outbeats him in every other category besides the amount of yards thrown, and that's because of longevity. He's played 3 seasons compared to his fucking 9. Or, yeah, 9. 8 seasons. So Trubisky's been 3 seasons and beats him in every statistical category.
But Trubisky started too.
True. But
Foles was a backup for 5 years.
Trubisky's only played 4 games less than him. So if Trubisky had 4 more games than Foles did, he would probably still be worse in yards. But I mean, they're not much different of quarterbacks. But he's younger, and he's not that bad of a quarterback. Even at 8 and 7, that's not that bad of a record when your team just kind of digressed from 11 and 3 because your defense wasn't as good. Like we are forgetting that he is 1 year away from being selected from the Pro Bowl. We're also forgetting that he was a missed field goal kick away from making the second round of the playoffs as a sophomore. The problem that we have is he happened to be drafted before Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. So they keep comparing him to them. He is a much better option, in my opinion, than Nick Foles. Do I think that Nick Foles will start? No. But I think that Nick Foles will have a chance to start. I think Mitchell Trubisky is going to be on a very short leash.
Yeah.
Very, very short leash.
I can see that.
And I think that is stupid. He is not that bad. He's thrown 48 touchdowns for 29 interceptions. He has a career completion percentage of 64%, and his his quarterback rating is 85.8. Not great, but not horrible. The biggest issue is he was drafted before Mahomes and Watson. Like, would you rather have Mahomes or Watson on this Bears team?
I don't give a fuck. It's the Bears.
But if you were a quarterback, would you rather have coach Mahomes, Watson, or Trubisky?
I'd have Watson.
I know, because you're a Raiders fan. But do you see that's my point though. He's not that bad. I think the Bears are stupid to start Nick Foles. Let's just play the percentages. Are the Bears in Philadelphia? Do they play in Philadelphia?
I don't know.
The Bears, do they play their home games in Philadelphia? Are they called
It's close.
Are they called the Philadelphia Eagles?
No. But
Oh, okay.
close.
Do they happen to wear green? No.
The field is green.
No, but that's the issue. That is the only chance they have. Nick Foles is only good in one system. One offense, basically. One city. The city of brotherly love. Where even a quarterback that sucks every place else can still be game.
I don't give a fuck what you say. It's not the city of brotherly love.
I've been to Philadelphia. It is the city of brotherly love.
Near Philadelphia.
It is the city of brotherly love.
No, it ain't.
They ring a bell. Ben Franklin is an icon.
Don't give a fuck what they ring.
The Liberty Bell is sitting on a grassy knoll.
Huh. Okay.
They have a sign called love.
And what's your point?
That's all brotherly.
No, it's not.
Alright, next one, Tyrod Taylor and Herbert. Okay, so look, you're saying Foles is starting. Let's go back. You're saying Foles is starting the season. Do you think Trubisky comes in at some point in time?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think Foles has to do?
Foles just has to be Foles.
Which Foles?
Starter Foles.
Okay, so if he's Philadelphia Foles, he plays the whole season.
Yeah.
I think Foles is going to come in.
If he's any other Foles, I think he gets cut halfway through the season.
I think what happened, they're not going to cut him.
Oh, they'll cut him.
They
Cut
just
somebody else.
They just restructured his contract. No, they're not cutting his ass.
Oh.
It's dead cap weight. They'll trade his ass. Remember, they paid him like $23 million.
They'll get rid of him.
So I think Trubisky will start.
Somebody else will pick
I think by week 6, Foles will start 1 or 2 games, and then they'll put Trubisky back in. I think they're going to realize that the same thing a lot of other people realize, a lot of other teams realize, your quarterback's not as bad as you think he is. And you need to stop listening to the fucking media.
The fucking media.
They have ruined that boy's career.
Media's ruined everything.
Trubisky, I know you're never watching it, but I'm sorry you were drafted in front of Mahomes. I'm happy as hell because I'm a diehard Chiefs fan. So just deal with it. Just deal with it. Don't worry about the media. Don't worry about it. Tyrod Taylor and Justin Herbert.
Taylor started.
Taylor, ooh.
Tyrod's gonna start.
Okay. And why do you think that is?
Because, I mean, Taylor's not a bad quarterback. He's a proven quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Herbert needs to learn the system.
Okay.
Especially with this whole coronavirus thing, and he hasn't spent, what, has he spent any time with any of his teammates?
Probably not. Probably very little.
So, I think this whole COVID-19 situation has him sitting this season.
Okay. Okay.
To learn.
Okay.
And, I mean, you get to sit behind Tyrod Taylor. I'm not saying he's a great quarterback, but he's a good quarterback to sit behind.
Okay, so
and to learn from.
I don't think Tyrod Taylor sees the field.
Ooh,
I think they drafted him with the number overall 6 pick, knowing that they had Tyrod Taylor on their bench. They knew they had him as a quarterback. I don't think they're going to sit Justin Herbert at the 6th pick unless Tyrod Taylor just shows a tremendous.
I think it's stupid.
I think it is too.
You're gonna end up with another Dwayne Haskins.
Well, Dwayne Haskins,
to the Wolves.
but he sat at the beginning of the season. They started on Case Keenum.
Yeah, but then they just threw him in there to the Wolves.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Ruined it.
I agree that, but I also agree that Anthony Lynn, as a coach, doesn't have the time to sit and wait. I agree that they took a guy with the 6th pick on their team, knowing that they had a stopgap quarterback there that could perform well enough when he's given the chance, and still decided to take him 6 instead of maybe grabbing somebody else and taking like the guy the Packers took, Jordan Love or Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't take a project. They took somebody that I think they're expecting to beat Tyrod Taylor. Now, if Tyrod Taylor beats him out, that's a totally fine win.
Right.
But I don't think he beats him out. I think Tyrod Taylor has to do a lot to beat out Justin Herbert.
I don't think he's got to do a lot.
I think he does.
I don't think so.
Because I think they have a playoff caliber team.
Well, a lot of teams think they have a playoff caliber team.
Well, we'll get into that question a little bit later. But they are 2 years removed from being 12-4 and going to the playoffs. And if they'd had a quarterback last year that stopped throwing damn interceptions, they might have made the playoffs. So that's the issue with them. I think it's a difference between Redskins and Chargers. Is the Chargers think they are a playoff caliber team. So I don't think Tyrod. And if Tyrod gets in, it's going to be a very short leash. Very similar to what happened to him with Cleveland and Baker. They started him 3 games later. He got injured, but they never gave him the job back. And the only reason why I think Tyrod Taylor started in Cleveland was because the coach was like, "We suck. We don't need to ruin Baker Mayfield right now. Let's start with Tyrod Taylor." Because remember, they were coming off of a 1-31 season. 2 seasons. So that situation, I think that works. In this situation, I think the Chargers think they're too good. I think they think without Phillip Rivers throwing interceptions last year, they would have made the playoffs. Or they would have had a much better shot of making the playoffs. I also think that they drafted him for a reason. Now, is he the end be all to what they think he is? Maybe not.
I don't think so.
But in their scenario, they have a very good offensive line. They have weapons around them and a good running game. It's not like the Browns, where the Browns sucked all around. Or very similar to like what the Colts did when the Colts drafted Luck. Yeah, they sucked, but that's because their quarterback sucked the year before. They were a playoff caliber team. Same thing I think with the Chargers.
Oh.
I think Herbert starts off. If he starts, I do not think Taylor comes in at all. If Taylor starts, I think Herbert will be starting by game 3.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. We'll see. Just remember how bad you were last year.
With what? I was completely right on the overall prediction of the Raiders. I was just wrong on the first 5 games.
What? But
the overall record I had right.
You were wrong on the first 6 games.
6 games, yeah, because I had them losing every game.
Right.
Just like I have the Patriots going 1-10 this year.
1-10.
They don't win their first game. No, they don't win their first game until week 10 or week 11. That's it. We'll do that next week. We'll debate the schedules next week. Okay. So my most interesting one, I really think, is Jacoby Brissett and Phillip Rivers for the Colts. I think Rivers is going to start because you paid him money. But I think again, the Colts went and got Rivers because they don't think what he was in San Diego is who he is.
Right.
I think they think he's going to be a lot better than him. That. So, and they were in the playoff hunt to the last week or 2 in the season. So maybe in their mind, if you can get Rivers, who has a little bit more gunslinger mentality in them, they'll make the playoffs. But what happens if Rivers is who Rivers is and he's who we thought he was? Look, just to let y'all know, Rivers is the worst, best quarterback in the world. Okay? If there was not a such thing as Romoing people, it'd be Rivers. Rivers will throw for 5,000 yards almost 5,000 yards every season, regardless of whether he's winning or losing.
Yeah.
It just depends on how efficient he is with touchdowns to interceptions. Rivers will not cuss you out, but he will talk trash to you. Everybody loves him. But he just can't, he just doesn't have it in him.
Yeah.
He had that one season when they went to AFC Championship against the Patriots, and LaDainian Tomlinson, and we can't say he doesn't have any talent. He had LaDainian Tomlinson, Keenan Allen, Antonio Gates,
a whole shitload of talent.
Marty Schottenheimer, and last year they had Tyler on the Chargers. It's just funny how one team thinks they're better without him, and one team thinks they're better with him.
I don't know. I think I agree with you on that one.
So over under on games, what would you say? Rivers comes out and Brissett goes in.
Let's say over under 7.
7. So I'm going over under hella fucking low. Okay? I'm going, because I don't even know their schedule, but based off of them picking that 7th team in the NFL this year and the way things are going, I'm going 2 to 3 games. If Rivers comes out and throws 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown, and the interception is a game-sealing interception, and then he comes out the next week, remember the stint where he threw 3 interceptions against the Raiders, and then 3 interceptions the next week against the Chargers, against the Chiefs, and they lost both of those in the waning seconds?
Yeah.
If that happens in the first 2 games, anything similar to that, they're yanking his ass.
Yeah.
If they get to week 7 with him in, I don't think they're going to not finish him off.
Well, you have a good backup in Brissett.
You do. You have a very good backup in Brissett. But, I mean, even
Why is he
then,
not a starter?
because people believe Rivers is better than what he's believing. You know, I mean, we could, I don't know. I would, like, honestly, if I was the Chargers, I wouldn't have signed Rivers. If anything, I would have signed somebody.
If you were the Colts?
I mean, the Colts. I wouldn't have signed Rivers. I would sign, if anything, I would have signed Cam Newton. I'm not saying that he would do good, but that would give them a combination, and they're not that much different in skill set. Even though Brissett's a better thrower and Cam Newton's a better runner.
And Newton can cry better.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I love Newton. I don't think that, besides him crying, I'm okay with that. I mean, at least he's just crying in the media and not actually crying on the field.
He probably is.
We have pictures of your quarterback crying on the field.
Well, let me fucking sack you 51 fucking times.
His brother got, wow!
Let me sack you 51 fucking
Maybe
times.
it's not the Raiders.
Season.
Maybe it's not the Raiders. Maybe it's the fucking Carr family. Because do you remember his brother, literally, David Carr, led the league in sacks for like 57 one year?
I think so.
Yeah! Yeah, it's the brothers. So,
it's the fucking line.
It's not the line.
How?
The line produced for Josh Jacobs. The line produced is like a motherfucker.
But he also wasn't sacked 51 times last year.
You're right. Yeah, I had Marshawn Lynch last year. Stop playing. The line produced for Marshawn Lynch. The year before.
What? Pull up his stats when he was in Oakland.
Marshawn Lynch. Well, you guys, he did.
Well, come on.
They were good.
Come
Who
on.
was your other quarterback? Running back then?
Well, we had DeAndre Washington, Jalen Richard.
Oh yeah, so we basically just had Marshawn Lynch. So we're going to transition into that one right there.
Man.
Who do you think is going to start? Mariota?
Carr's going to start.
Or Carr? Do you think Mariota will play this season as a starter of your team?
If Carr plays like shit, Mariota will start.
So, what would you say is the over-under?
I'm going to say...
Well, that's what it is. What would you say your record has to be for Mariota to start within the first 6 games?
Within the first 6 games?
Yep.
For Mariota to start, it's going to probably be 2-4.
Okay. 2-4. Okay, so let's see. Who was your running back that year? We're going back to that.
2018 was Lynch.
Doug Martin.
Doug Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
723 yards. So at that 2018, you guys had a pretty good rushing season. 7, 8, 9 rushing touchdowns, which you could have had more. But you had 1,500 yards as a team?
8 rushing touchdowns.
7, 8, 9. Derek Carr had one.
It's not a running back.
That's a rushing touchdown, though. I said how many rushing
Yeah, but he
touchdowns?
almost fumbled the ball, so that
It does count because he counted. Okay. So you say 2-4. You think your team is going to be they have to be 2-4?
I didn't say they were gonna be 2-4.
No, I know.
I'll leave that up to you, so you look like an idiot.
We're about to go to that right now. You think your team's going to be 2-4? Is that what you said?
No, I didn't say I think they're gonna be 2-4.
You think that your team would have to be?
Would have to be.
That'd be the worst.
2-4.
The best record. There's a good possibility you guys are 3-3, maybe 4-2, because you could probably beat the Bills in Oakland because you have a lot of home games.
We're not gonna be playing in Oakland.
I'm sorry, in Vegas.
You're gonna have to cut them together.
2-4 is what we got you starting at.
No, 2-4 is what you have to start at.
So 2-4. You said they have to be 2-4 for Carr to sit. So that's right. That's why y'all need to have a roof. Y'all shouldn't have had a roof. Y'all should have just made that open.
But why? Because then it puts our team at a disadvantage.
You playing it. Who cares?
Yeah, but now our team can practice in the fucking 110-degree heat, then go into the air conditioning.
You playing it. Like if you play in a place where most people really have a weather advantage, you should be used to it. So I'm saying Derek Carr. Look, I'm telling you guys right now, Marcus Mariota is starting. Derek Carr's going to start the season. Marcus Mariota will be playing at some point in time during the season. I would suggest...
We're not arguing that point.
I would suggest that he is going to be at the latest week 8.
Oh, please.
At the earliest.
Fuck out of here.
At the earliest. Week 2. Week 3.
You're fucking stupid.
And this is the reason why.
Fucking stupid.
John Gruden doesn't like Derek Carr. John Gruden can't stand Derek Carr.
You're stupid.
And all John Gruden needs is a game manager right now because he's got Josh Jacobs. So he's going to open up the playbook for Derek Carr, and Derek Carr is going to get sacked, and he's going to cry. And John Gruden's going to be like, "There's no crying in football!"
So then it's going to be the Lions' fault.
Yeah, but they're going to blame it on...
But it's going to be the Lions' fault.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, you sacked me 51 fucking times in the season. It ain't my fucking fault.
So just to give you guys an idea, since we're bringing this up, Mariota got benched last year because his line gave up 25 sacks in 6 games. And then they went on a tear with Tennessee. When your line doesn't like your quarterback, just let him go. Any given Sunday, we've seen it. Shh, let him go. We've seen this stuff. They don't like Carr. Gruden does not like Carr. And we know Gruden does not make some great decisions. So I say by week 3 to 8, Carr is going to be benched.
No, just pick a week. Pick
Look,
one week.
I'm
pick
going
one
straight
week.
out.
You can't pick 3 to 8.
I'm going straight fire. Week 4, he'll be benched. He'll get benched halfway in between week 4.
Let's bet.
Week 4. And then...
Let's make the bet.
And then... Mariota will take them to the playoffs.
Let's bet.
You heard it here first. I'm not making...
You notice how you don't want to bet.
I don't bet. That's the issue we have. I don't like betting. So that's...
Why don't you like betting?
Because I don't need to bet to be right.
Why don't you like betting?
I don't like betting. I don't like gambling money.
Is it because you lose when you bet?
No, it's because I just want to be right. That's good enough for me. I don't need to take
Well, you weren't right last year.
Yeah, you're right. I wasn't right last year. So I'd have lost twice. I can't lose twice. I'd have lost with my ego and then I lost money. That's just not good. My ego's too big. So by week 4, halfway through week 4, Mariota will be in the game, and then they will end up going to the playoffs with Mariota as a quarterback.